There are moments in life where you're doing everything you can, and it still hurts. You're trying to improve. You're trying to stay disciplined. You're trying to make better choices. You're trying to move forward. But the process feels heavy, and that's confusing because you thought growth would feel like progress. You thought growth would feel like confidence, like peace, like finally getting your life together. But instead, it feels uncomfortable. It feels lonely. It feels frustrating. It feels like you're carrying pressure nobody sees. And you start wondering if something is wrong. If you're doing it wrong, you're failing. But here's what you need to understand. This is growth, even when it hurts. Because growth isn't just becoming better. Growth is becoming different. And becoming different is uncomfortable. It means you're leaving behind old habits, old mindsets, old routines, old versions of yourself that felt familiar, even if they were hurting you. That's why it hurts. You're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are. And identity shifts are painful, because the old version of you still tries to pull you back. Comfort calls you. Distractions call you. Old patterns feel safe, even when they keep you stuck. So when you choose discipline, it can feel like a fight. Not with the world, with yourself. You fight the urge to quit. You fight the urge to escape. You fight the urge to go back to what's easy. And that internal fight is tiring. That's why growth can feel like pain. But pain doesn't always mean something is wrong. Sometimes pain means something is changing. Think about it physically. When you work out, your muscles burn. Not because your body is breaking, because your body is adapting. When you stretch, it hurts a little, not because you're injuring yourself, because you're becoming more flexible. Growth hurts because the old you is breaking down, and the new you is being built. So that's the process. And that's why it feels uncomfortable, because comfort and growth rarely exist at the same time. If you're always comfortable, you're not changing. If you're changing, you're going to feel discomfort. That's normal. So if you're in a season where it hurts, don't assume you're losing. Sometimes it hurts because you're finally doing what you avoided for years. Sometimes it hurts because you're facing yourself honestly. Sometimes it hurts because you're building discipline without motivation. Sometimes it hurts because you're learning patience. Sometimes it hurts because you're walking away from people, habits, and distractions that were keeping you small. That's growth. And yes, it costs something. It costs comfort. It costs time. It costs energy. It costs the old version of you. But what you get back is worth it. You get self-respect. You get stability. You get confidence built on evidence. You get a mindset that doesn't break when life gets hard. You get control over your choices, and that kind of control is freedom. Because when you grow, you stop being controlled by your moods. You stop being controlled by your past. You stop being controlled by other people's opinions. You start living with intention. Now let's talk about the hardest part. Growth hurts most when you don't see results yet. That's when people doubt themselves. They say, "I'm trying so hard. Why isn't anything changing?" But real growth happens under the surface first. Before the outside changes, the inside changes. Your habits get stronger before your results show up. Your discipline improves before your life looks different. Your mindset shifts before your future becomes obvious. That's why patience matters, because you can't rush transformation. You can only earn it. Slowly, quietly, through repetition. And repetition is painful sometimes. Repetition is boring sometimes. Repetition is lonely sometimes. But repetition is what builds you. So if you're hurting right now, here's what you should do. Don't quit. Don't panic. Don't assume you're behind. Ask yourself one question. Is this pain coming from progress? From returning to old habits? Because there's a difference. Pain from old habits drains you. Pain from growth strengthens you. Pain from old habits makes you feel ashamed. Pain from growth makes you feel challenged. Pain from old habits keeps you stuck. Pain from growth moves you forward. And if you can recognize that, you can stay in the fight. Because the truth is, you don't need to feel good every day to grow. You just need to keep showing up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it hurts, even when you don't feel confidence, even when you feel tired. That's what real growth looks like. Not constant motivation, not perfect progress, just consistent effort through discomfort. So if today feels heavy, let this be your reminder. This is growth, even when it hurts. And if you stay consistent through this phase, you're going to look back one day and realize something. The pain didn't break you. It built you. It made you stronger. It made you sharper. It made you more disciplined. It made you more patient. It made you more capable than you were before. So keep going, keep building, keep showing up, because you're not falling apart. You're breaking through. This is growth, even when it hurts. If this message connected with you, take a second to reflect. What's one area of your life where growth has been painful lately, but you know it's necessary? Drop it in the comments if you want to commit. If you want more calm, real motivation for modern life, subscribe and stay with FrameUS. You're not weak, you're evolving.